What's going on, everybody? What's going on, everybody? Everybody doing today? Welcome back to another show of You Already Know What It Is. One-on-one talk with your boy, Pico, the City Brown. Before we start, I need you guys to do me a favor. If you haven't done it already, feel free to like the podcast. Feel free to share the podcast, but we gotta get these likes up, people. So hit that like button. Share with a friend. If you do share if you guys decide to share the podcast with a friend, just tell them just hit the like button. And you know what? You know where to find me, man. You can find me here on One-on-One Talk. You can also find me on, I was going to say Facebook. This is Facebook. You can also find me on YouTube. You can subscribe to my channel, Pico the City Brown, One-on-One Talk, PTSD. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that notification indicator button, the little bell, ding, ding. I'm also on TikTok, and I'm also on Instagram. My Instagram, you can follow me on Pico38. Hit that follow button. You can also follow me on TikTok at Pico City. Hit that follow button on TikTok as well. Well, without further ado, let's just jump into it because time is of essence, people. We're gonna talk a little bit about relationships and the benefits of a good relationship and the benefits of a bad relationship. How can we go about finding these bad relationships, and how can we go about at least trying to strive for a good relationship, because no relationship is perfect. So don't go in a relationship thinking it's going to be picture perfect, because it's not going to be picture perfect. So that's with anything. Nothing's perfect. None whatsoever. So I think I'm coming down with something, so y'all just gotta bear with me. The things about good relationships, if you want to find somebody that's somewhat compatible for you, that's a good thing. But you have to find somebody at least on the same page. Just know it's not always about how much the person got, how much he got, how much she got, what they can do for you, because that's how people go into relationships now. Well, I ain't gonna say now, but that's how people pretty much sometimes go into relationships, with what you can do for a person. But we miss all the good qualities that's not even labeled in the book of a relationship. Good qualities in a relationship. Get somebody, if you have respect for your elders, get somebody that respect their elders. If you have the fear of God in you, get somebody that has the fear of God in them, because although opposites attract, try to stay on that same path that you chose out to be for yourself, because although opposites attract, two can't walk together except they agree. So that means if you're a church going person or Bible reading person, don't get nobody that's going to be a club hopper all day long. That don't work. That'll never work. And that's why a lot of relationships go wrong, because we get in these things thinking we can change people instead of looking at the qualities of what they can do for you. Look at the qualities of what you can do for them. You know, it's okay to be proud of your guy if he's doing the best he can do. It's okay to be proud of a woman to do the best she can do. You have to tell them that. There's nothing wrong with that. Just tell them, hey, I'm proud of you. I'm proud we're in this relationship. I see something good, not just always just wake up, hey, how you doing? Or call, how you doing? Encourage each other. People that's not in relationships, they encourage each other every day. But people in relationships, they don't encourage each other. They don't encourage each other. None whatsoever. It was never nothing wrong with that. But if you want a healthy relationship, no, you can't go with the guys that's sagging all day and selling weed on the corner or out there deleting people. That's not the basics. What you need to build a healthy relationship. You can't go to a club looking for a beautiful woman. I mean, I'm not talking about beautiful on the outside, just a good-hearted woman, because that's club life. Short skirts and they twerk. These are qualifications of a bad woman. Just like pants sagging. We can say, well, he do this, he do this, he do that. But the guy he's for the streets, man. Whether we like it or not. Thug mentality never is a good thing, just like whore mentality was never a good thing. But these are the things that we like. That's why, I don't know if they do still say it. That's why women like the bad boys, because bad boys got the scars and all that stuff, and they run to that. What's wrong with running to just a regular guy? Or guys, what's wrong with running to just a regular woman? A basic woman or a basic man. There's nothing wrong with that. But we sit up here and we want to pretend that things my phone reset itself. I'm sorry. We want to sit up here and pretend that things we're happy within the things we got in our relationships, because we're not bold enough to get up and talk about it. The Pookies and Ray Rays are no good for you. You know this. And the men, the club bangers, the club dwellers, and the twerkers, and the foul-mouthed women, they're no good for you neither, because evil communications corrupt good manners. I didn't make this up. The Most High said to take it up with the Creator. So you can't go in expecting to change people that you see fit for them to change. You can't do that. If he or she's not ready to be in a relationship, you can't force them to be. I don't care how much your heart gets into it. It's just not where he or she is right now. And women can do the same thing as guys do. Some women don't be ready to be in a relationship. You can't force nobody to be with you. If you got a guy and he's forcing to be with you all the time, and when you get together, there's a big percentage it's not going to work. It's just not going to work, because he's forcing himself to be with you for a reason. Now, maybe it will work. He see beauty in you, and he really wants to take and elevate you two together and just show you all types of things, the beauty of the world. But basically stuff like that don't happen on an everyday basis. So it's like we weigh in on the bad things and say, hey, this guy's this guy's that. I'm gonna try to take him and change him for the better. Or we say this girl's this girl's that. I'm gonna try to change her and make her for the better. When it's already in their head that you can't really change anybody. That goes for me. That goes for anybody. You just can't change anybody. Yeah, if you see somebody with potential, then by all means try it. But it's kind of hard to find potential out there, because just because you think it's going to work, he or she already got it in their mind that I don't want this relationship. And if they showing you signs that they don't want to be with you, or they showing you signs that you don't mean nothing to them, why stay? Why stay in that situation? And I hear a lot of women say, well, I stayed in it because I thought he would change. You don't hear many guys say that, but they do. But the top-notch burger in this thing is women always say that I thought he would change. You can't change people that don't want to be changed. He has to want to change within himself to be a better light, so you can change, so you can see the change in him. You like, hey, you know what? At least he's trying, but we don't. Bad relationships are all don't let nobody tell you twice that they don't want you. Exactly. I mean, just be honest, man. If you dealing with somebody, now there's a difference if they say, I'm not ready for a relationship right now. I understand that. But if they come out and say, you know what, I'm just doing this, we're just having sex, stop asking me that, I don't want to be with you, you might want to take heed to what he or she is saying. So that means what goes into that? Well, let's look at the characteristics of that. I'll say the characteristics of that. If he or she don't want you, that means they're not ready to settle down. And if they're not ready to settle down, they're going to be seeing other people. Now, if you jump out of character and you driving past their house, or you going to where they be at, and you see him with a woman or her with another guy, your best bet is to just stay in your place, because they told you. You can't go up to that person like, well, who is this? Or I thought we was working. No, he told you. I don't want you. Or she told you, I don't want you. But we can still be cool if we want to do whatever. But you can't push yourself on people. You can't do that. Because the more you push yourself on a person, the bigger fool you're going to make yourself to be out to come. That's just how it goes. You can't make nobody love you. You can't make nobody do anything because people are going to do what they want to do, whether we like it or not. People are going to do what they want to do. So instead of worrying about the bad parts of relationships, let's take time out to focus on the good things. Will she be there for you? Will you be there for her? If you lose your job, will she still be there? If you lose, will he still be there? This is what make relationships grow, not the little things. Well, he got this, he got that, she got this. She let me drive her car and she put food. That's petty. That's really nothing to brag about. Because all of us got to get older. Growing old with somebody is one of the best things that God gave man and woman knowledge to do. We all have to grow old. We all have to grow old. We all need to try to get it right between each other. If you're married, if you're dating somebody and you want it to be just platonically you and her and y'all come to an agreement, guess what? You got to cut everybody off. If you're in love with that woman, you would do anything in your power to keep that woman. Same thing with the women. If you love that man, you have to show him and do everything in your power to keep that man. I when I was younger, I thought it was a joke when people would say, if you don't do it, somebody else will. Reality hits fast as hell when you get older, I'm telling you. How many of us lose relationships over stuff that you could have just sat and talked about? And you say, you know what, I'm going to work on the problem. But you don't even work on the problem. So you lied to him, or other way around, he lied to you. So now what? They go out there, they try to find other people to fill that void that you caused. But you know how black folk is, we don't like to take accountability and responsibility. How many people in relationships actually sit down with their boyfriend or girlfriend or husband or wife or whatever and said, you know what, babe, what can I do to make this relationship better? Don't always jump and say, well, you ain't doing it either. Like I always said, where did I go wrong? Remember when I said you got to sit down in the mirror? Sit down and look in the mirror and evaluate yourself. Where did I go wrong? A lot of us know we do bogus things in these relationships, but we don't come to face the demons till that person screw up. Then you want to bring out your demons with that person's demons. And that's just, I don't know why it's like that, but it is. That's where you get the thing, well, you cheated, so I cheated too. But two wrongs never made it right. Do you go and ask that man to forgive you? Do you go and ask that woman to forgive you? Or is our pride is just too strong? Hey, Jonathan, what's good, man? Or is our pride just too strong? Because people get hurt whether we like it or not. What did I go wrong? What did I go wrong? Can you know what? You say I did something wrong, point it out. And if you know you did it wrong, there's no argument, there's no fight. Yeah, I did slip up. I stopped doing blah blah this and the other. But if she's pulling stuff out the sky and you know you ain't did it, she has no fight. She has no dog in the fight. He has no dog in the fight. That's where a lot of relationships go wrong, because nobody wants to talk about things anymore. People want to jump down each other's throats and jump on each other's backs and get beat up and scratch people with car keys and stuff. And all that could have been avoided if you just sat down and talked. To my sisters, this isn't a stab at y'all. I'm going to keep saying that because people always think, well, I'm not going to say people, most women always think I'm taking a stab at them. But if you look at the way the world is, most women are out of order. Men always been out of order. But now the statistics are getting higher. More men are raising their kids. More men are being good parents to their kids. But women see stuff like that and they don't like it because in some cases, most women wants to be number one when it comes to their child. That's why fathers get deleted out the picture. Shouldn't be like that. That's his kid, just like it's your kid. Don't talk bad around your kid about the father. And the same thing with the mothers. I said the same thing. Don't call your kid, your child's mother a whore in that kid's face, or your daddy a pimp. He ain't nothing. He'll never be nothing. He just going around banging all these women. Them kids don't need to hear that. Because guess what? Throw yourself in the mix too, because he banged you and you got pregnant. But when he was banging you, you didn't have no problem with it until you found out he was dealing with other women. Now you want to flat a freaking coop. And y'all ain't even got to be together. You don't. Here come the jealousy. So what? As long as he's taking care of his kid, you ain't got no say in anything. As long as she's taking care of her kid, the guys, you ain't got nothing to say, and you ain't got nothing to say neither. It's a two-way street, man. You can't always jump down her back when you doing wrong. Sit down, rectify the problem. What's going on? Okay, man, we did this, man, we did that. How can we push this to the side, and how can we grow together? Because I want this relationship just as bad as you do. How can we grow together in this thing? Well, I don't like when you do this. Well, I don't like when you do that. Okay, well, you got it out. Now I'm gonna run down with things I don't like. Bam. Okay, you know what? For us to be together and for us to grow, we got to let that stuff go. I don't like when I'm talking to you, you just blow the coop. Okay, you know what? I'm going to try to understand. I'm not going to say get on your level. I'm going to try to hear you out before I say things, because a lot of us, we talk. And the spouse try to talk over the person. And when you're trying to talk over somebody, the person that's talking is going to get mad because you're trying to talk over him. That's how voices escalate bigger. He's trying to prove a point, and you just jumping out the blue. Or she's trying to prove a point, and you just jumping out the blue. The guy just jumping out the blue. No, sit down. Relax yourself. Listen to what they got to say. All women don't give bad advice. If you got a woman that's going to be there to help you, let her be there to help you. If she's there from day 1 and day 7 or 8 or year 2 or 3 and she fall off, talk to her about it. There's only 2 things she can do. Stay where she at or get better. Now, if she don't get better and you keep talking to her and it don't work, then by all means, if that's not what you want, you're not making me happy anymore, leave. Same thing with the women. Leave. It's easy. It's pretty much easier said than done. Don't say, well, I stayed with him because I thought he or she would change. If you don't see a change and you fed up with the crap, and if you're with him and he's still not putting an effort, then by all means, you can go. But don't just be so quick to jump the gun because you say, dude, up, and a month go past and nothing happens. That's stupid. You gone. You gone, and just soon you leave, his life makes a whole 360, and you could have been in there with him celebrating his victory, and y'all could have ran off and got married or something, but he didn't work off your esteem. And I hear that a lot in the black community when it comes to black women. If men don't work off y'all esteem, y'all ready to throw him in the garbage and get a new guy. That's the most dumbest thing in the world. Like I said, this is a revolving door. If the brothers, y'all do the same thing, you're a fool too. You're a fool. Nobody works off nobody's steam. Now I can see if he just ain't gonna do nothing. He just did beat boyfriend city. Then okay, well, you had enough is enough is enough. But you never give up on who you love. Because the minute you give up on who you love, that person's gonna find somebody else to fill that spot. Then, once again, that's where the jealousy comes from. And that's why you hear most people say, women and men, that's why you hear them say this. I seen his girlfriend. I seen her boyfriend. The nigga's a bum. I seen his girlfriend. She ugly as hell. Look at her body. And your body ain't no better than what she is, but you trying to find out little thing. Look at her body. She did. She looked like she dirty. It's called jealousy. No matter how we look at it, you're jealous of the person. That's all it is. Instead of saying, you know what? I could have stayed there. I could have let him try to get his life together. I should have been his backbone. I should have been his support system, but I left him because he's not doing it the way I want him to do it. Same thing. It's the same thing. It goes both ways. Same thing with the women. Our job on this earth, it's not hard. To live right, serve God, take care of your husband, take care of your wife, raise your kids up in the will of God. That's it. It's easy. But you got man fighting woman and woman fighting man, and women don't want to be controlled. I can do what I want to do, and men be like, man, forget these hoes, and then they finna get the whole block pregnant and beating up these women. Everything is out of order. It's out of order. Everything is confusion and chaos right about now. A good, wholesome woman will sit and listen to what you got to say and try to work it out with you. A fool, she's only in it to benefit herself, just like he's only in it to benefit himself. They don't care what you do. You can wear what you want to wear. You can walk down the street in your panties and bra. The only thing he gonna say is, well, and we all heard this, I don't care what she do, long as she come back home. She know where she live at. She come back home with me tonight. Yeah, but about time she got to your house, she done got 8 numbers. Captain bought her food, but she's coming back home to you. You gotta set boundaries in your household. And I don't mean just a house with the roof over your head. If that's your girlfriend, that's your boyfriend, that's your husband, that's your wife, y'all gotta set boundaries. This is what I'm not going to allow. And if she don't like it, hasta la vista, baby. If he don't like it, hasta la vista, bro. You have to set boundaries because, let's just be honest, most people will test you till you break. I ain't gotta do this. I ain't gotta be submissive to no man. That's your husband. By law, you have to submit to that man, especially if he's taking care of the household. Ain't nothing you can do but say, you know what? Bam. Here you go. I'm not saying cook every day. No, if you want to go in the kitchen and cook, hey, y'all can, guess what? A lot of people don't say it like this, but this is the way I say it. You can cook Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I can cook Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We go out for pizza. It's not always about you the woman, you got to stay in the house and cook. Well, I go do this. No, man. No. Women jobs get tiring too. They work. They come home. They got to watch the kids up. They got to help the kids with the homework. And you just sitting there with looking at the basketball game or playing 2K. No, help her. They're your kids too. But you hear a lot of men say, no, I'm not doing it. That's not my job. That's a woman's job. No, it's both y'all jobs, bro. It's both y'all jobs to raise those kids right. It's both y'all jobs. The kid, if she's at work and your kid's outside playing and he come home looking like a mud pie, what you gonna say? Well, go right there, sit down, wait till your mama come home. No, go upstairs and watch. Hey, you old enough to run the water? Go do that. I'ma check on you. Or if they ain't old enough, you're a baby and they, babies puke on themselves all the time. Do it. Those are signs of a healthy relationship when you help each other out. It's not this, I'm going to do this right here, but she got to finish the rest of this stuff. Nope, you at the crib, you want some tacos? Guess what? The ground beef in the freezer, throw that son of a gun out, get them shells, make you some tacos. Sometimes, hey, guess what? Surprise her. Ta-da, hey, she come in, man, look, man, we was talking about them tacos, guess what? I made tacos. That's how you build a healthy relationship. Because she don't ever let her think, I gotta get home. What? What? Oh, okay. All right. Let my brother tell me let the dogs in. Surprise her sometimes. Like I was saying, get some tacos, hey, get some lasagna, get some spaghetti and meatballs. It don't matter. Let her appreciate you like you should appreciate her. Those are very little things, but they're saying, you know what? Thank you. I know you tired from coming home from work, sweetie. I know your feet hurt because guess what? When I was working, my feet was hurting too when I got off the clock. So I know yours hurt. I know you got to deal with idiots at the job. Crazy bosses want you to do everything. Home is peaceful. You come home to a peaceful environment. That's what homes are for. You don't come home. You don't go battle the world, come home, and then battle your family. No. No. If you know he like to put a robe on, like the pictures in the old movies. If you know he like to come home and put a robe on and some slippers, have it out for him. It's easy. If you know she like to take a bath, and you get, because women are tricky like this, so you got to understand what they want. Sometimes they want a bath with candles. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. Sometimes they want to hop in and take a shower because they be tired. Figure that stuff out. Then she can see your worth. Then you can see her worth. And then once that happened, they like, hey, I can't lose this. I can't lose him, or I can't lose her, because I'm telling you now, there is nothing out in those streets but crazy people. That's how relationships grow. But he come home, you got to cuss him out. She come home, you got to cuss her out. So by you doing that, what do you think is going to happen? Just be honest. My parents, when they used to talk to each other, and we used to have little family chats and stuff like that, they were proud to be with each other. They were proud to be with each other. He will always tell us, I thank the Lord for giving me this vision to have this woman, because this is a woman. She was here the same thing. This is a man. That's a man. That's a woman. You don't see them relationships no more. People don't even give, only compliments we get is that dress look good on you. And women get way more compliments than men, because sometimes in the relationship, women forget that's your guy. He want to hear it from you, not everybody else. It always start off good. Oh, you're a handsome guy. You look good. You smell good. Blah, blah, this. Bam, it's gone. So he hearing everybody else say it, which a compliment is good. Don't get me wrong. Compliment is good. But he wants to hear it from the one he's with. That makes it feel way better. But you got to hear from everybody else. She don't say nothing, or you don't say nothing. So that's the way the world turned us to be. And some of us like it so much, we don't want to go back to being good. Your wife is not your slave. There's nowhere in the Bible, in the comic books, anything that God said a wife is your slave. That's your wife. You treat her with respect just as she got to treat you with respect. It goes like this, like a hand in glove, people. No. And if she feels that, if she's getting that feeling from you that you thinking that she's your wife, sit her down and talk to her like, baby, you're not my slave. I don't want you to think that. I don't want to have that bad energy that you're my slave. No, don't do that. Same thing goes with the woman. Men are supposed to provide for his family. I'm throwing wife in there too. I mean his family, and take care of the house. Give that man his leeway to be what he's here to be. Stop. Sometimes, like my mother used to say to women, sometimes it's just best to shut up. Be quiet. You talk too much because you think you know everything and you don't. Let that man do his part and you do your part. Simple. If he say, baby, the what such and such, the deal we was talking about, I don't want to do it. He ain't even got to have a reason to do it. If he just don't want to do it, you can't find, well, we gonna lose money anyway. See, I shouldn't have never told you. He's your husband. Okay, well, baby, you know what? If you don't want to do it, I'm fine with that. See, every time I come to you, it's something crazy, and you wonder why I don't talk to you. No, first of all, strike one. That's disrespect to your husband. He's the head of the household, whether we like it or not. I don't care what no woman say. I don't care what no man say. It's what the Most High say. He put men over there for a reason. I'm not saying go against what your wife say, even if she have a good idea. It's okay for her to say no to. Well, you know what? I don't want to do that. You can't tell me that. I'm the man of this house. I provide. I pay for the food and stuff. So what? The thing is, we want to get praised for things that we're supposed to do. We want to get praised for it. I'm an independent woman. I don't need a man. Well, yeah, I don't need a man. I can do this. I can do that. Congratulations. Somebody give her a cap and a freaking gown. You grew up. You graduated to adulthood. You're supposed to do that. Just like the brothers, when they got a job, they take care of themselves. They supposed to do that. You're supposed to. You don't break your neck for a girlfriend. And women, you don't break your neck for a boyfriend. No, a man don't have to pay your bills, ladies. They don't. But the first thing they run to is what? You're supposed to be the provider. How am I supposed to be the provider? We ain't got not damn ring on our finger. I never even stepped you in that direction of husband. But I'm supposed to provide for you. No. What were you doing before you met me? Were you not paying your bills? How long you had this place? Oh, I had this house. Oh, I've been living in this apartment for 12 years. You did it by yourself for 12 years. Keep doing it. Now, I may be able to help you. But if I say I ain't got it, you can't get mad at what's in my pocket. Or I say, no, I can't help you this month or whatever. You can't get mad. Well, you're supposed to be my man. I'm supposed to be a lot of things. But what I'm not is a sucker. Because you got a lot of guys out here being suckers to these women. And these women got other suckers that you don't know about. Because if you don't do it, the next man will. And I'm not saying it in a good way. I'm saying that in a bad way this time. Oh, okay, well, he ain't gonna get it. I'm finna call such and such. I'm finna call my baby daddy. Yeah, he'll give it to you. Some men just be flat out honest. What's in it for me? And you know they're not talking about you gonna get my money back. You know what you gotta do. So let's just be honest. Until the day we grow up and stop fooling ourselves, we'll be better at this. So it's all messed up. These are keys to a good relationships and keys to a relationship you don't need to be in. You know toxic people when you see it, but yet we run to it. Come here, toxic boy. You handsome. Come here, toxic boy. And when he bust you upside your head, or come here, toxic girl. Your booty big, and you find out she trick on everybody at the club. She still sleeping with Tom, Dick, and Harry and everybody else, and have no respect for you. That's what you wanted. So you can't get mad at them because you knew what they were before you got with them, whether you like it or not. Because God gave us all common sense. He gave us all common sense. You can tell how people are wired. What's this? I don't know what that was. You can tell the way people are wired just from the conversation they have. That's why I never talk to ghetto girls. I met them, but you don't know they ghetto. Sometimes they wear it well. They can look like an intelligent hoodlum until they open their mouth. And one thing about Pico, what he never liked was a woman that always, every sentence, she has to use profanity. I don't like that at all. I don't care who you can be. You can be Janet Jackson. And if I'm talking to you, yeah, this motherfucker and these bees, and like, you know what? You lost me. You lost me. You ain't got to do all that to talk. But the women curse more than the men do now. Or you always got to show your figure off. You know you got a nice body. You know you got a nice figure. But you make it your business to wear tight clothes so I can see it. People in the club can see it. The people at your job can see it. You walk down the street, everybody can see it. In a minute, like I said before, in the minute some guy disrespect you or hit you on the butt or disrespect you, you come to him and say, whoa, he disrespect me. I'm walking down the street and he hit me on the butt. If I was a guy and I had a woman that was like that, I would say, you know what? Good for you, because I'm not going to fight any battles. Life is rough now. People don't fight anymore. People are deleting people. So those type of women, smart men, you stay away from them. Do not make these women your girlfriends. Women, these Pookies and Ray Rays, these idiots, you know, do not make these guys your boyfriends. Don't do it, because it's trouble with a capital T. They'll have your butt in something you ain't even got nothing to do with. Oh, girl, he this, he that, he treat me like a queen, and y'all driving in the car together. This dude and did some dirt, and they'll come and shoot up the whole car. You did, and you deleted, and he's deleted. So it's an ongoing ensemble, people. Saying and I'm using both because I don't want nobody to feel left out. Y'all guys, y'all know these ghetto rammer chicks, man. We know them when we see them. You coming over to the house, you spending time with them, and they didn't tell you they messing with the guy down the block, and he see you. He waiting for you to come out the apartment. He beat the crap out of you. Him and his guys beat the heck out you. Or you go over there, they setting you up. When you get there, she go to the bathroom, they come in and rob you and might delete you. The signs have always been there. God gave us eyes. All of us got eyes. We have instincts. Animals aren't the only creatures that have instincts. We can